If we haven't met before, I'm Sarah, an end-of-life planning advocate, normalizing conversations about end-of-life and estate planning before those conversations are necessary. Many people are surprised just how much paperwork and how much information is needed to wrap up someone's affairs after they die. I believe everyone should complete some version of a When I Die binder. But I recognize that is a huge undertaking. My When I Die printable workbook is over 100 pages long, which can be overwhelming, which can then be turned into a reason to procrastinate. And to state the obvious, do not procrastinate on working on your estate plan. Later may be too late. But I am not here today to talk to you about your full When I Die binder, although I will never pass up the opportunity to convince people to start one. Today, I'm talking about the exact opposite, a one-page estate planning cheat sheet. This estate planning cheat sheet is not where you should put your wishes for body disposition or your funeral. It is not where you should write down who you want to get your things. This document is not a substitute for a will or another legal document. It is only intended as a summary of information and where additional information and documents can be found. It is what it says, a cheat sheet to help your people with your very basic information and guidance on where they can find important information that they'll likely need soon after your death. Don't make them, in those most difficult moments right after your death, have to sort through everything you own trying to find where you kept your will, or to hunt down the location of your birth or your parents' information. This information can be documented anywhere, but I have a free one-page PDF printable to get you started. Check the description on how to get that. The information you should consider including in your estate planning cheat sheet falls generally into one of three categories: information about you, information about your documents, or information about your stuff. Information about you includes information that will generally be needed soon after your death for your death certificate or for probate documents. Include items like your full name, your social security number, your date of birth, the location of your birth, your children's names and dates of birth, and your parents' full names, places of birth, and dates of birth. Did you know that in most states, your parents' information will be needed for your death certificate? That's a prime example of the information that you likely know off the top of your head, but your people won't. Information about your documents and where your additional guidance can be found. The location of your will and other estate documents. Your people will need to be able to find your will, living trust, and any other estate planning documents you might have pretty soon after you die. The location of your vital documents, like your passport or your birth certificate. Where your wishes for body disposition can be found, and where your wishes for your funeral can be found. Again, this estate planning cheat sheet is not where you should put your wishes for body disposition or your funeral. Those should be documented in a living will, a will, or another legal document. This cheat sheet just lets your people know where to look to find the information. Also document information about your money and your stuff. This list will not be complete, but that's not the point of this cheat sheet. But it should include information about your significant assets and items that might be needed soon after your death. Consider items like where you keep your money, where are your bank accounts, your investment accounts, retirement accounts, and don't forget digital accounts like PayPal or Venmo and the like if you keep balances in those kinds of online accounts. Life insurance information, real estate, email addresses, email passwords, Email is a critical part of our lives, and access to it will be necessary to manage many other areas of your life. So make sure your people know all of your email accounts and how they can be accessed. And the location of ownership documents for large assets like a car or a home. Finally, list any other information and where it can be located. Your stuff is unique to you. What your people will need to know about you and your life may be just as unique. So document the location of any other documents or any other information that you think your people will need about you, your life, and your estate plan, especially in those first few days after your death. A link to my PDF printable is in the description, or you can just take out a piece of paper and start writing. Even if you only document what you don't have, I don't have a will, I don't have a trust, that will help your people know what you have and what you don't have and what they have to look for. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and also consider hitting the subscribe button for regular end-of-life and estate planning information.